Welcome to day 62 and another edition of Saturday Detox. Our protocol today will involve 3 trisets, each focusing on a particular part of the body, and we're going to spend 60 seconds of movement per exercise, separated by 15 seconds of transition to get into the next movement. Superset A. Movement 1 is a split squat variation. Repeating movement from earlier this week, we can go into a split squat from the floor, again loading that front leg. If your mobility here is good, meaning that you're able to get the back knee down towards the floor, you can elevate the back foot and also load this movement. We'll spend half of the set on one limb and then half of the set on the other limb. Movement 2 is a hip triangle. We're gonna get into a wide sumo stance position, descending down onto one of the legs, hovering over, standing back up. We're gonna spend 30 seconds leading on one side and then 30 seconds leading on the other side. Movement 3, a seated alternating leg push-pull drill. We're gonna flex our toes so that they're pulled towards our shins. We're gonna have our hands behind our back to help keep a tall, neutral spine. We're gonna push our left heel into the floor as aggressively as we can, at the same time as lifting or pulling the right leg up as high as possible without breaking in the hip and the trunk. We're gonna spend 30 seconds on this push-pull isometric before switching to the other position. Triset B, movement 1, is gonna be a single arm bent over row while holding an isometric. We're gonna pull both arms up, and we're gonna release one side of our body for 30 seconds, and then 30 seconds worth of reps on the other side, ensuring that we're pulling the shoulder blades back and down and creating lots of tension through the upper back for the entire duration of the set. Movement 2, a 90-degree lateral raise. We're gonna bring our elbows out so we're at a 90-degree position, elbows in line with the shoulder. We're gonna be releasing one limb at a time, accumulating 60 seconds worth of reps here. Movement 3 is a standing overhead press, bracing through the lower half of the body, squeezing your butt cheeks as if you got to the top of your deadlift, pressing the load up overhead, accumulating 60 seconds worth of reps here. Important concept is that we're making sure that we're not arching through that lower back, so we're tucking the pelvis in, squeezing the butt cheeks so that the movement is coming through the shoulder. Superset C, movement 1, is a single leg glute bridge. You can either elevate your foot, elevate your shoulders, or go flat on the floor. Here I'm showing you a foot elevated option. We're gonna accumulate 30 seconds of reps on one leg and then 30 seconds of reps on the other side. If you find that it is quite challenging to get into that full hip extension on a single leg, you can do a kickstand variation where you allow the non-working leg to stay on the floor, and that will help to get more extension through that working hip. Movement 2 is a sumo stance strict hip hinge. We're gonna press the floor apart from this widened stance to create tension on the outside part of the hip. We're gonna break through the hip, allowing our body to fold over, planking from our head to our bum, back up, squeezing your butt together. You can also load this with a kettlebell or implement from the house in between the legs. Important here that we want to keep most of the movement happening through the hip, as opposed to also breaking from the knee. And movement 3, our last movement, is a star bridge march. We're gonna push our lower back into the floor, extend our legs, gently lift our bum off the floor. We're gonna bring one knee towards our chest, return, and switch. Now, you don't actually need to lift the bum all the way up off the floor. We can lessen the load by still keeping your bum in contact with the floor, but thinking about driving your heels into the floor. If that still feels a little bit challenging, we can lighten the lever or shorten the lever by bringing the heels closer to the bum. If you enjoyed today's detox, give our video a thumbs up, consider subscribing to our channel, and enjoy your wonderful long weekend.